G'day and welcome back to that new hobby high, Ultramarines from scratch. Something a little bit different today. Being in Tokyo on my holidays, I decided to visit my very first Games Workshop store. I haven't gone to one in Perth, have always sort of shopped locally. Bought all my stuff at the local shops, Beyond Odyssey and the like, and direct online. My first time actually going to a Games Workshop store, and by fucking Christ was it bloody impressive. I mean, I walk in and straight away there, look at that, $3,000 worth of bloody miniatures just sitting on the table as a demonstration piece. These tables, they were set up fucking mint, I'm telling you, mint. Everything was painted beautifully. The paint racks, the shelves were ceiling to floor. Everything about this was just, it was gobsmacking. I mean, it was just, everything was just dedicated to Age of Sigmar, 40k, Horus Heresy, what the fucking other 20,000 fucking Games Workshop bloody produce on a weekly basis. But you can, I mean, you sit back and I walked in, I didn't really know what to expect. And the first couple of cabinets were dioramas, obviously not game pieces, especially the big ones in the window, and they were pretty good. Oh, sorry about that burp, just had a bit of a Suntory highball here while I'm recording this, and it was so good. Everything that was in the display cases were possibly some of the best painted miniatures I'd ever seen. This is obviously some of the Age of Sigmar stuff. But and the shop itself was fucking huge. Some actual tables here ready for games, for Age of Sigmar stuff. Beautifully painted, beautifully presented. And over here was the, I want to say Necromunda, but I'm not really sure if that's the game. It looked like some sort of a skirmish game. I don't really know what it is. But there's this one here. Have a check this out. It was a train setup, a raised, elevated train. Train. And over here they had one of those robots from the Matrix movies, painted Ultramarines. The last Matrix movies, shooting at the squid things coming through the roof. Painted up all Ultramarines. I guess it was sort of a joke. And they had this resin bolter. That thing weighed about 3 kilos. That was hefty. That would be about the weight I'd actually expect that thing to be. It was kind of cool that you could actually handle it and play with it. I had a plasma pistol there, just as pretty, just as nice. I picked it up, I had a look, I pulled the trigger, and I still had my hand at the end of it, so I guess I didn't roll a 1. Look at that, quick, look at that part of the screen. They had Titans, the big units for sale there, the big Forge World units. And on this bit here is the obviously the Mickey Mouse award-winning big units on display as well. It's such an amazing store. This Night Lord's Leviathan, don't know how he painted it, but he managed to make everything look round. And they had all the Primarchs painted and on display. Horus here looking just mint. That stand, by the way, was fucking phenomenal. They had Captain Autism there, and he looked really good. And then they had Captain Autism there, and he looked really good. And then they had Split Personality chap. He was looking great. Mr. Fabulous, Mr. Perturabo, Ferris. Oh God, they were all so good, and then all on display to see. And due to the lack, and there's the good boy there. Good on you, Big G. You have a look at them, and I'll tell you what, their quality of these painted. Oh, I love this one. I just had to take, look at this. Imagine not being uber enough that you have to chat on by actually riding to war on the blade of a massive robot. That's just a pure boss move. It was just, everything was just painted to the point where the camera cannot get the detail. It was so good. This diorama of a winged chick with lots of guns, and I still don't know all the terms. Everything you looked at, you looked at 10, you could look at for 10 minutes and not take in every fucking detail. It was beautiful, it was perfect, it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. The only thing is, because I sort of just came across this shop by accident, I could only like spend 10 minutes in there, just having a quick, the missus gave me 10 minutes to have a quick look around. Like, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just sort of wow, 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 bouncing from one place to the other. Hence, filming the bloody service desk there. But they had, the amount of stock they had everywhere was just amazing. This was the painted Leviathan kit, and some chap there was belting out some Sallys with, oh, they looked good. They looked really, really good. Didn't get a chance to have a chat with him, unfortunately. Would have liked to, because it was great. How can you, I literally run out of positive words to say when you have, when you have a great experience and someone asks you to explain it, you just sort of flump down in your armchair and just say, mate, just trust me, it was fucking great. You have to fucking do it and see it for yourself. I don't have the words to describe it. And that's what this was. Like the Smog and some Horus Heresy stuff there. Some Oliphants from Lord of the Rings. I didn't even know Lord of the Rings was a game. Like I said, Games Workshop must pump out like a game a week. I really don't pay much attention to it. There's the boys in blue. And just look at it. Stocked all the way to the ceiling to the floor. Freaking multiple copies of each. Everything. Everywhere. Horus Heresy was amazing, and this is where it started blowing me away. They actually had Forge World stuff in blister packs on hooks there. I had money in my pocket, and I was so keen to pick stuff up here. $70. It's a little bit more expensive than than what I would have paid, online, but it's about the same price as I'd pay for it in Australia. So it was still pretty good. You just run out of words. I run out of words. Just sit back and just appreciate how fucking amazing this place is. It was great. I could have spent 2 or 3 hours in there just fucking gawping at stuff like a freaking slack-mouthed fish man. Just blah, blah, blah. It was really entertaining. And they had a fucking cafe. Now, I wasn't able to go and order anything from the cafe because they just got their stock in and the floor was fucking just covered in more shit that they had to get rid of. I like this little comparison, by the way. They have the 30k Death Guard there on the bottom shelf, painted to just mint standard. If you were look, and then they had the 40k all rotted and all fucked up and nurgleized on the fucking top floor. I just can't explain how much of a thrill it was to actually be in this store and look around. I really just enjoyed it. But yeah, fucking books, the library was there. It was such a big store, like I said, ordering everything in. These people had Knights and Titans on the shelf you could buy straight from Forge World. But I decided, seeing I was there, I might as well buy myself something. I didn't have many pennies to freaking be free with, so I made my way over to the paint station, as you should. Because, if you're going to buy something, you better well buy fucking something you're going to use. And with the copious amount of paints, I did fucking finally knuckle in, and I decided to get myself something I know I'd use.